Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 70 of Three Fat Truckers. We're your hosts. I'm Bill.
And the old man, Dave.
This is Maleah. I cannot follow you. This is terrible. Steve.
If you do, bring some Depends and a shovel. I'm Steve. Welcome to
Or
the
just
show.
a bag.
Enjoy the show, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said.
You could get a job like at the street fair where they're following the horses with the wheelbarrow and the shovel.
Grandpa shitting in the front yard again, front yard again, front yard again.
I'm changing my name.
You remember when a fart was just
right
a
now?
fart?
It's fertilized.
Except it's not even.
I put green lawn out of business.
Out of business.
So how you guys doing this week? Welcome back. Another hard-ass week.
Like we never left.
I know
Right?
it.
Oh, by the way, show notes are linked in the description. Carry on.
Are they?
I guess.
And you
if I
can follow
remember.
us on all the socials. And even if you don't like them, go ahead and look anyways. Throw us some
Check out
nasty
Facebook,
email.
Tiki Tac,
Facebook.
Instagram,
I'm only
X,
on Facebook.
YouTube.
We're
I
everywhere.
got the ticky tack, but that's, you get what you get on there unless you go searching, which I don't.
I haven't
You can even look us up
looked
on
at
the
a
old-
Tic Tac for 3 months.
And that's funny because he's the guy that turned me on to it.
Well,
I know. He's the one that said we all need to get on Tiki
Over, I
Tac.
didn't have to do it no more. So
You can find us on the old Twitter X model now, and now you can find us.
And
on
by us, he means him because
me,
I
because I'm the
Yeah,
only
he
one that
does mean
seems that does the
him, yeah.
posting.
do we have a MySpace page?
No.
Could be.
You know that still exists.
Because I
Yeah.
still got one of
Does
them,
it?
but I don't remember the password.
So
Yeah,
does AOL, but we don't use that anymore either.
Hold on. Maleah is younger than us. Do you know what MySpace is?
I do, but I do not have anything but Facebook. So
Okay.
I'm that's it, Facebook. Yeah.
She's young enough
I
that
know.
she had a my page. We're
I
too
had
old.
to unfollow.
I'm not one for technology, so
I hate
I'm
to say
younger,
this.
but I got to ask the young ones how to use it all.
I had
They
to
don't know.
I had to unfollow you, Maleah,
I'm sure you did because I posted.
because you put way too much shit on.
Now you know how to
Food,
shut
food,
Bill
food.
or Steve
The
up.
thing is, though, now I get notifications. Everybody likes your post or something in Three Fat Truckers, and I'm like, okay, I'll see what she's doing. And then it was the breakfast. So I'm like,
What is
okay.
she doing? She's eating again. What is she doing? Drinking
Speaking
coffee
of
again.
Everywhere she eats, she's posting what she's eating. and
By the way,
food.
speaking of breakfast, I
Food,
got called
coffee,
out.
stocks. That's what
I got called out at breakfast today, Steve. I
who?
literally.
was it the way she always piss off?
Well, I did piss off the waitress again, but no, it was our producer. My Saturday wife threw me under the bus at breakfast today. We're sitting there minding my own little business, being a smart ass like always
Yeah.
to everybody else. And he
Breakfast,
goes,
Bill, was he minding his own business? No.
That's a stretch.
Say it, sister. Come on, tell us all about it.
so he's sitting there and goes,
Mind him,
you
mind
plan
him."
on flying away with them wings, so much hair coming off your ears? And I'm like, what? He says, are you getting a haircut today? And I said, well, no, I actually wasn't planning on it, but apparently I need to go get a haircut today. So
Just a little aside.
I got up this morning.
Mike's a fine one to talk about that because he's got that hairy.
Yeah, he's
kinda
still
look
got
to
that.
him.
Oh, he'll let his go Elvis style for a while, then he'll get it cut too. You know.
So
That way, it sounds like air going through a forest every time he walks.
So
out it.
I left there. I went and run out to
ears.
work and took some stuff. And I go, well, I still got time. I can run out there to my barber. And then I thought, well, your granddaughter's
Pump the brakes, Grandpa. You have a barber.
Yes, sir. White Swan.
You just don't go home and go zzz, 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 and be done.
No, sir.
No.
I go to the barber and I give him 20
he
bucks.
pays
and
the
he's-
exact same amount as the rest of us do for a haircut.
Yeah, I got all 6 of them
They-
cut.
they-
I even
they-
asked him
Life
which one
isn't
are you
fair.
cutting.
I never promised you fair. It ain't fair.
No.
Barbers should have separate prices for fellas that are follically challenged.
He
Pay
does,
by
but
weight.
Yeah,
By
God,
weight.
I'd have to pay him a lot then. Come on. I give him 20 bucks and he goes, that's way less than that. And I go, that's all right. He lets me put I got our shit on the wall out there. So
Ooh.
Your
we're
shit?
I got 3 fat truckers shit on the wall there. So he's doing us a fine job.
I
So he
usually
like-
wait till I get back to the hotel room.
before you do it. That's it. You leave them suckers in the
There's
hotel
nothing
room.
like home field advantages, there, Bill.
And
I know.
I'm telling you. I don't.
Get your shirt off.
I like to be in
socks
control
off.
of my environment. Oh yeah, butthole naked. You know it.
That's that going right.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard this story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis.
Yeah, and I
You
don't
do that
understand.
at home
Don't
too. Like, is that how
hey,
your wife finds you in the
Maleah,
bathroom?
don't act like
She's
you
in there
don't
with
do
me.
it too.
She's in there.
Women
with
do
you.
it also.
Shit, shower, and shave,
She's
buddy.
in there with you. Oh my.
What order do you do it in though?
Well, it all
hopefully the
depends.
shit
I
ain't
do
the
the
last.
shower last. Usually,
No,
well,
normally it is shit, shower, and shave, but sometimes it's shit, shower. Well, shit, shower, shit,
Shave,
shower,
repeat.
shave.
Look how red he got instantly when he said that.
Because don't you hate that though? You get into the
Until you feel
shower and
clean.
you got to get back in the shower. You gotta redo it because when you ain't
As a comedian, do you say that? You ever take a shit so good you need
Back
to take
crack.
a shower?
I thought that's why they made those dude wipes. Like,
No,
Yeah,
that's
somebody was
He
just talking about them
underself it.
this week. Who did
that's
I hear?
why they
Once
made
somebody's-
a bidet.
Our buddy Craig has one of them. His wife broke both his shoulders a year ago, and
Oh
he
my
had to go
God.
get it because she couldn't reach around to wipe. So he bought it.
Reach
whatever
around?
it's called. Yeah,
I'm like,
and now
waiting for this
he
anyway.
loves it. He says, "I'll never go back to buying toilet paper again." So
I,
he won't
So
be on
he's
that.
the one at the pilot of the Loves leaving the water bottle on the floor.
the only thing about the bidet
Bidet.
is that is normally just
Bidet.
cold water.
Bidet.
And let's
Is
put it
I
this
would
way.
not. Are you,
You want-
serious?
Bill
Well,
prefers heated, warm,
Well, I guess
98.
how would it get warm?
Well, when
because
it's warm,
you got to have good aim because if you get off by a couple of inches there with that cold water,
You're washing your backside.
do I need to finish this?
Yeah. What? They're
Maleah,
shrinking.
he likes the word tepid.
I'm looking.
He wants the water tepid.
Tepid water.
You got to test it first. Is all.
But
that
as you
Well,
move
I
around-
wouldn't want cold water either. I mean, it just
Well-
seems like counterproductive. I'd get
If it's
splashed
warm
with cold
water, you're not
I'd
done
have to
peeing.
pee again.
It'll chap your
Yeah.
lip.
I would.
Well, it'll slam your asshole shut, and you can't get nothing clean that way.
It just seems counterproductive.
It does
Water would just make me
counterproductive.
pee over and
Hey,
over
Bill.
again. I just don't
Bill.
understand.
So he gets off the toilet. His wife goes, "What happened?" He goes, "It was cold water on the bidet."
Like my cousin always used to say this. He said, and agree, let me know if you agree with this. There's nothing,
We
Yes.
ain't seen
nothing
enough.
like a clean break.
A clean break.
Yeah, but okay. I'm highly
How'd we get on
dubious.
the poop here? How'd this happen?
I don't know. Shitty
Maleah.
subject.
Everything
I
is
think-
either
I
a
think
good
Maleah's
shit or a
part of
good
it.
lay
Guys,
one.
At least you ain't walking around dragging your ass on the carpet like the dogs do.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
You
yeah,
do that.
You can
We
watch
don't
That's
have
what
any,
you're-
we don't
that's
have
what
any
you're
carpet
doing.
anymore. So
Wonder why.
linoleum.
Racing
Right.
stripes
Well,
on
the
linoleum.
hardwood
Like,
floors.
Call you
Right.
Mr. Clean or what?
you ever tried doing that on a hardwood floor when the nails are starting to
Get a
come up?
splinter.
You don't set them. Why don't you set them?
Set him, yeah. He set on him.
No, you set them.
I didn't need you to tell me that, honey.
Those cells, nail
She used to do floors. She was in the floor business.
And I did everything else.
Just
Yeah.
take the head of your thing and knock them in there, Bill.
And I
There you
heard
go.
all the wood jokes too.
Yeah.
That wasn't that one movie where the girl says he looks at her and she's smoking hot, and I think it was Real Genius or something, where she goes, "Can you hammer a 3-inch spike into a 2x4 at the head of your penis?" And he's like, "Well," girl says, "Girls got to have standards."
You have fun, hon. I'm gonna go this way. Find you a man that can do that.
Sounds
You
like
know, a
it's
man that could do that probably the kind of guy that'd be afraid of gluten.
One of them little liberal guys you're talking
Don't
about.
even get me started on these
Okay.
crazy things.
Well, I mean, nothing makes sense to me anymore. You got a guy.
No, it doesn't mean.
So you're
You
saying
got a
you're
guy
not
that could. You got a guy that could do you from across the room, but he's scared to drive over a fucking bridge.
but
do you?
but
from
that's why we
across
have
the room?
peanut
What the
allergies.
fuck are you
What is he
talking about?
talking about? Do you?
We got peanut allergies because guys can't eat bread. They're
But
offended by
yeah,
eating
they're
bread.
hung down to their down to the bottom of their kneecap. That's what
Is
gets
that really
me.
what you meant?
That's-
No, Bill,
What? Oh,
see
I
all-
didn't I
see
make
all these
myself clear?
videos where these girls got a tape measure and they're going, yes, no, no.
Whatever. What the fuck ever. I'm
Now, who you plan on pleasing with that?
I
Me?
didn't. Yeah. Well, I was going to please you, but now you can just watch me do it to
Apologize,
myself.
folks. This one's went off the rails.
Hi.
Well, that's why.
Well, last week you had nothing to talk about, so we thought we'd kick it up a bunch.
we clicked it up a notch.
Penises and gluten. There we go. We know what to name this episode.
Episode
Yeah.
1, redo. It's like you guys.
And
take
cut.
me back.
Let's take two. Everybody take the shirt
No,
off.
this is
It's a poopy gluten-free penis. Here we go.
you're on the big dick train now.
God. Why don't
And
we
we're
get into some news, Maleah?
Yeah, on that.
Yeah, let's send this all
Let's
over the
move
world.
swiftly on.
Put your glasses on,
Can't even
Drake.
hide my laugh on this one.
Uh,
I usually try to like hide it, hold it back.
Oh, why?
You ever hear?
You're gonna have a coronary doing that.
Blood vessels will be popping in your forehead, you know.
That's where the crow's feet come from.
Oh my!
And we're back now, guys. Hope nobody heard that commercial break
Here
we
we
were
go.
just in.
I don't know who got. Yeah. Steve's got a bunch of little children.
I was gonna
yaying
say
at
that
him.
was so inappropriate for what we're talking about.
Bunch of children.
Why would you have kids saying yay to penises and food?
That's a kindergarten class yaying all of our big dick jokes. What the? God, you guys are sick.
Thank you.
Hi, Maleah. How are you?
You've been listening to Hollywood too much with all.
Hey, if
All
you
right.
can't eat bread, you sure in the hell shouldn't be having kids.
That's not the direction I thought he was going to
What?
go with that. I'm not sure where he was going, but he didn't go there.
I was being nice. I didn't go
Remember
there.
how I hung up the one time and then come back?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we do have a little news here from CDL
goodness,
Life. Can you
really?
believe it's CDL Life?
No way. I
Yeah.
wonder how they found that.
Maybe they even get a hold of us now and
bet
then.
Do
they
you
got
know
a-
that you can put a little ticker thing on their page that will give you their bigger stories, you know?
And what's their
I
website?
have it on here.
Their
It's
website
on
is
here.
stealournews.com.
I have it on here. It's called sharemynews.com.
Well, hey, I got a question for you, Dave. This is usually off-air work, but
Okay.
where are we at on getting on the Steve Summers show?
Well, I've actually haven't received an email from them, but I'm still working on it, and it's probably just going to take me calling
I'd hammer
in.
him with a couple more emails off and on.
Well,
here.
I think I'm just going to do a call in because I notice here lately, if I leave kind of
You've
early in
been
the
calling
morning,
in and finding people we know.
I know I did. Well, Road Dog, I've already been on several times now. So.
We're gonna have to take him out to dinner at Matt's and her and
Yeah,
Kelsey.
that's what I thought. We'd take him out to dinner when we get down there.
Yeah.
I think our days of going to bed at 9 o'clock are almost over.
You think we've moved on from the early bed?
Halfway
The show quits
through
at
the
4. Why
show,
does it take us till
You
9
guys need
o'clock?
to get an hour nap, and then we'll go do dinner. We're out
We
at
ain't even
10:03, boys. 10:03.
we ain't
You'll
even
catch me
stayed for the
smoking in the
concert yet.
corner. No, we don't do none of that nighttime shit. We are back in.
It's whether we're drinking at the show or not's the problem.
Well, that is true. We did start early a couple times. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to.
By the way,
stop doing
Maleah,
that.
this is going to be new to you this year, so you'll get to see all the
Oh,
fun stuff.
you're going to have a
Do
blast.
you
yeah.
like bourbon, Maleah?
Fun,
She's got to.
guys. Oh my! Fun.
She's
Okay,
got to have a
what's the news?
hotel room
Here's
to
the
herself,
news.
though. It's gonna.
Oh, I'm getting my own. Are you kidding me? You guys share? I'm not sharing
And
with you
now
guys.
the news, Maleah.
Well, I'll go ahead and
Get my
I probably ought to get online and get that, so we're all together.
I
so.
thought you already did.
No, I haven't done it yet. So
No, I don't.
I'm
want
working on
to.
them ticky-tack
You are-
things.
You want to get
Huh?
room to share? You're going to share?
No. I'll get you. We
Oh.
already got 2. I'll get another one.
So you did get the 4 of, or the how many? 4 of us. You just haven't got.
I mean, we can
yet.
throw her on the floor like the dog, put a dog bed down there and say, "There you go." But
That's what we did
you
to
know.
Talisa. So
I like
No.
my hot showers at random hours and
well,
cold beers.
hot
and-
showers at random hours. God's sakes.
Okay, I'm going there.
Hold on a minute. I got to write that one
do.
down because that is the title for this episode right
it's
there.
going to be Maleah after dark.
Look what I
hot
just,
shower.
Look what I almost did.
I know you're putting your second set of glasses on.
It's getting late, folks.
Okay, let's get into the news here.
Right.
We're off the rails big time.
Oh, what rails?
Hot showers at random hours. There's
That's
hot.
right. I do. And then once in a while, a cold beer. It's just so good in a hot shower.
Once in a while, hell, we'll be drinking all day.
See. All right, let me try this here. CVSA releases commercial vehicle blitz schedule for 2025. This is published September 19th, 2024 by Ashley, no last name, from CDL Life.
Boy, we're on top of it here too. Well, this will be a week after, but yeah.
Shh.
The Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance has released dates for 2025's biggest commercial vehicle enforcement efforts, including International Road Check and Brake Safety Week. What is IE? Is that supposed to be
Yeah, it's at
Right. The CVSA recently wrapped up the agency's last major commercial vehicle enforcement effort of 2024 with the Brake Safety Week. Officials have already turned their attention towards next week's inspection and enforcement initiatives. And that's it.
Scroll.
Yeah. See below for dates on major North America commercial vehicle enforcement efforts happening in 2025. Here's the blitz schedule, International Road Check. So it looks like May
It's your phone,
13th
Dave.
through 15th. So you have your International Road Check is scheduled for May 13th through the 15th of 2025.
In
That would
U.S.,
be in
Mexico,
US,
and Canada.
Mexico, and
That's
Canada,
just
yeah.
like in the Walmart.
Yeah.
So then you'll have your International Road Check is the largest targeted enforcement program on commercial motor vehicles in the world, with nearly 15 trucks and motor coaches inspected on average every minute across North America during a 72-hour period. You'll have an Operation Safe Driver Week. This Operation Safe Driver Week is scheduled for July 13th through the 19th of 2025 in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. And during this Operation Safe Driver Week, law enforcement personnel will be on the lookout for commercial motor vehicles, drivers, and passenger vehicle drivers engaging in risky driving. Identified unsafe drivers will be pulled over and issued a citation or a warning. Yeah, you guys will have a brake safety campaign. CVSA's Operation Air Brake program will hold 2 annual brake safety campaigns in 2025. Those are in August, the 24th through the 30th in U.S., Mexico, and Canada. There will be an unannounced one-day brake safety enforcement initiative, which may be held at any time. During both the announced and unannounced brake safety enforcement campaigns, commercial motor vehicle inspectors conduct brake system inspections on large trucks and buses throughout North America to identify brake system violations.
And that's just
I
a
got a
normal
question.
day in Ohio.
Let's take a quick break, then we'll come back to your question.
Alrighty.
So anyway, what's your question?
It says CVSA is doing inspections in North America and they're going to be doing it U.S., Mexico, and Canada. I didn't know they had regulations in Canada and Mexico. I thought that was just...
Oh, them just third world countries where you can just do whatever you want.
You just go down
drive
there
down the
and
whole butthole
push your
naked
laws
behind
right
the wheels.
down through them. Yeah.
I just take it as on the border, like coming in.
Well, I think what it means, it
like,
does
is that
mean
what it
that,
means?
yeah.
It just means on the border. Like,
Unless they get with this, we're way ahead of the game because normally we're about a week late and we announce it after it's already happened. Heck, we're a whole year ahead of it this time. So some of us are paying attention.
So yeah, this is actually useful information.
Even even a blind squirrel finds out once in a while, Dave. I'll tell you now.
Right, twice a day.
Yeah. Oh, Confucius say. Yeah, make a note of this, folks, and be aware. I mean, we're a big old moving target every day that we're out there anyway.
I'll say everything she read. That's just a normal day in Ohio.
It is. Yeah. So,
and what used to get me, everybody. Oh, they closed all the scales down in Ohio. They don't have them no more. I'm like, yeah, because they're in the friggin' rest areas.
Yeah.
That's
right,
not
Maleah?
true anyway.
They get them speeders in Ohio too.
In Ohio, do you ever pull a rest area in Ohio?
I don't like Ohio.
She got a ticket coming home from the West Virginia show.
Oh.
Yeah, don't speak on air.
Were you driving or where?
Because I don't really care for them very much.
Did you pay the ticket already?
I did.
So let's talk a little smack.
They don't even give you very long to pay it. It's maybe 10 days.
Well, they don't want you fighting it and winning. I mean,
so it goes 70, 55, 70, 55. And
Yeah.
I was in an area like that where...
What road?
She was over there on 35.
I don't know.
35.
Ohio roads.
Highway 35. Coming out of
the cop,
coming out
was
of
it
West
a male
Virginia.
cop?
Oh, well, of course it was.
Were you driving?
Yeah.
How did you get a ticket? Come on.
Come on.
Well,
Excuse me.
what
do you need?
Well, because I'm not very pleasant.
She tells it as it is. She don't pull her punches, so.
Well,
What do you mean?
Well, because it's...
Bill
it's
shows
just-
a little tit every
I don't
time he
really
gets
care
pulled
for all the
over, even
play.
if it's a guy.
I'd have smacked his ass and called him names if it would have got me out of the ticket.
Well, to me,
There's
it's
one
just kind of
comedian you-
annoying. It's like you got two so in Ohio, they're like together in pairs. They got someone pulled over, and then the second one tries to pull someone over.
Yeah.
And
They do.
I had just took over the driver's seat, and I wasn't driving my truck. So I have all these excuses, right? Like I'm like trying to get used to get going. And anyway, I was looking at the construction signs that said reduce speed to 55. So I was like, okay, so it's got to be at least more than 55 if you have to reduce to 55. Oh no, I was in a 55 area, and I got pulled over. And so he came up to the car, and I was just like, he's like, do you know why you got pulled over? I said, well, yeah, I'm not in Texas. Like, it's like.
When they ask you that, you never say yes. You always say, no, why?
Well.
Never admit fault, ever.
It doesn't matter.
Just don't say shit.
Well, and I sat there and didn't
What'd you say you were earlier, Bill?
No habla inglés. No habla inglés.
I don't believe in
Yeah.
your constitutional rights. I'm a
Sovereign
Wait a
citizen.
minute.
I'm a sovereign citizen. I don't believe your laws.
Bill, sovereign citizen. I was curious because I kept seeing them videos all the time about that, and they will tear these people up, bust their windows out, drag their ass out of the car, rip their weave off their head,
And still write them the ticket.
and
I just took my ticket.
I wasn't
It
sure
is
what it
is.
was, so I started looking it up, and it explains to you what it is, and then it's not recognized, and this and that, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find a page on TikTok or YouTube that has nothing but these videos to watch these people get fucked up by the cops.
That they do. That they do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'd like to know where it all started and where, because it never works out for
It was a
anybody.
lawyer, I'm sure.
Yeah, some shade tree lawyer.
Yeah.
It's got everybody, one of them sick bastards that just likes to wind them up and watch them crash and
Oh,
burn.
Maleah, and about your ticket, you see this? You know what this is?
I
It's
just
the-
paid it.
It's the world's smallest violin.
Right.
Yeah, these guys rode me to death because I got a ticket for driving on a no truck route with trucks in
I just
Tennessee.
paid it. It is
He
what
was
it
too
Too
is.
long.
I was
He
too long and too tall.
You know what my posts are on Facebook? You and you're whining about my posts on Facebook. That's what that is.
See, if you'd have got on Facebook and seen her whining, you'd have known she got a ticket.
Did I
you
post
on-
it?
No,
Did you?
you never
I
did.
do.
Oh.
I was gonna say I don't think I.
Well, I was
posted
still
that.
following you.
I
Then.
missed it.
I try to leave some things, secret. It's like
Well, trust me,
Oh,
since
them
we
days
all
are
drive, you can forget the tickets out there. By the way, Mike just sent me a message today. Remember when we went to the Iowa 80 truck show? Had a wonderful time out there, their 60th
yeah.
anniversary. And he goes, you know what they charged us to go across the bridge there in Chicago because I was pulling his trailer?
He got the bill.
$21.
Well, the
that's funny.
bridge in Louisville, I got.
Yeah, they got
the-
me for $7.
Yeah. A
Took
year and a
'em
half
year.
later, I
Yeah,
got
it
it.
took him a year. It was right. I think it was like right before the next year's show. I got the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
bill.
get me some of that sticker stuff put on it that makes it invisible to the
Man,
camera.
you guys just
so,
reminded me. I gotta pay something. When Porter went to Texas, I just got something in the mail.
Yeah, Mike says the ticket says you got 30 days to pay it. If you don't pay it in 30 days, it goes up $50 a day until you pay it.
Wow.
I better read mine.
Whoa,
Lord.
Chicago
That's a
is not
scam.
messing around. That was right there at the 280 to when we went out to Iowa. So I'm like, I'm glad it was your. I said, Mike, you want me to pay that? That was my golf cart, but I just used your trailer. No, I already paid it. So
Kind of like mail in the gas can.
yeah,
That'll never get old.
And it just.
let me get
pops
that
up all
knife
its
out of
own-
the middle of my back again.
You know-
Here, hold on.
Bill, I think I'm gonna get some stickers made. A picture of a gas can, and it says how
U.S.
much was it?
Postal,
with like a stamp,
$60.
$60.
Yeah.
We got to get a stamp made with a picture of a gas.
By the
can.
way, I am getting some stickers made. We'll have some stickers for the
there
show
you
this
go.
year.
Ah, cool.
So
Yeah. Well, hey,
in the-
did you ever wander?
Yeah.
wander.
I've
I
been
wondered
wondering my
why
whole
we're
life.
You ever
still on here
wonder?
doing it for 2 years now.
Did you ever wonder how long trucking companies train their drivers? And who is
Yeah.
the easiest to get
1 minute.
hired with no experience?
A week.
Ooh, look there, Bill. There's
The
your
top-
old company.
The top 8 I have here, as far as getting hired with no experience because they train you. Number 1 is Pam Transport.
That's right next to us now.
Yeah. Well, one of them is.
Well, they're in Oklahoma, but yeah,
Yeah.
they got a terminal.
They got a
Number
big
2,
terminal.
Trans Am Trucking. Number 3, U.S. Express.
Whoop whoop.
Number
That's
4,
Bill's old one.
KLLM Transport. Number 5, Covenant Transport. Number 6, Stevens Transport. And number 7, I thought would have been way up higher, Swift Transportation. And number 8, Schneider.
Now, before you go any farther, hold on.
Okay.
How many of these have you seen on a popular website called Bonehead Trucker?
Website.
All of them.
Website.
8.
8 of them.
Okay. How long does it take to become a truck driver? The entire commercial driver training process at Prime's another one,
Yeah.
takes approximately 3 to 4 months. Wow. After Prime's orientation, you will spend 2 to 4 weeks with a CDL instructor for one-on-one training during the CDL instruction phase.
That's after the 4.
Yep. Which is pretty long because there's a couple of them that are 2 weeks. I mean, they're quick, it seems like. CDL training programs can be as short as 3 weeks and as long as 6 weeks, depending on the type of commercial job you're training for, whether your program is part-time or full-time and other factors. In addition,
I got a question for that. Why does
What's
it
that?
matter part-time or full-time?
We're
Shouldn't
not
they
taking
teach you
any
how to
questions
drive?
till the end of the session.
Yeah. Hold your
Shouldn't you-
questions. Yeah.
Shouldn't you be able to learn how to drive if you're part-time or
Hands
full-time?
Hands
We
down,
can-
students.
or we can
Hands down.
spitball this. We'll spitball it at the end. In addition, the length of your truck driving schooling can be extended by skills testing and other requirements. Complete guide to a career in trucking. Company training. What should I expect during my company training phase? Managing to get your CDL is just the first part of your driver's training, as your CDL schooling will have taught you the barest of essentials. New CDL drivers will almost have to go through some type of company training period with an experienced trainer to help prepare them for solo careers. You will normally be living in the trainer's truck for 3 to 6 weeks or so, as you learn not only the company's way of doing things, but how to handle real-world driving. And then there's some questions here. It was on some forums that I picked up. What is the company training phase like? At Rail training for a new driver with the CDL. It says, trainer picked me up this morning at Marshfield Terminal. After hunting down an empty reefer, we headed off to pick up about an hour away. Trainer drove to the pickup since we were behind schedule. So they were riding in a jump seat. They didn't do nothing. Another forum, Schneider Bulk. Leaving for training today. Training lasts about 25 days, 10 to 11 days in the terminal doing paperwork, classroom training, range training, and so on. Then another 10 to 11 with a trainer doing OTR, no team driving. Another forum says, first week out with my Swift mentor. They call them mentors.
Of course they do. The Swifties gotta be mentors.
Picked up late on Monday afternoon from the Ocala, Florida terminal. My mentor had just come off home time in Orlando and picked up a load on the way to me.
I bet he did.
Another forum, sleeping situation while training. The trucks have bunk beds, but I read nobody's allowed to sleep in the top bunk when the truck is in motion. Then I read one person sleeps while the other drives. Another one, training time is over and it's time to test. Before I get assigned my own truck, I had to go back to the operating center and take a series of tests so the company knows I am knowledgeable enough and safe enough to go out solo in my own truck. Another one, it's official. My truck driver training is over after months of research, 1 month of CDL truck driving school, and 4 months of company training. I'm now going on to the open road as a solo company driver. This one says, my first 2 weeks of training, in order to become a qualified driver with my company, I must have at least 300 logged hours. For those who know DOT logbooks, that's the line 3-time actual driving. Company estimates that it will take an average person 6 to 8 weeks to attain these hours. So what are your thoughts on how long a driver should be trained before they are let loose on their own? So what do you think?
Of the three of us, am I the only one that went through a program similar to this?
Okay. I've never went through
grandfathered.
I was grandfathered, but I couldn't get a job without going through the training. I had my CDL and everything, but I was too young, and just the only way to do it, and this was at, what was my, Cannon Express, if you remember that company back in the early 90s.
I remember them.
And I had to go, and yeah, it was a double bunk truck.
I couldn't drive in the early 90s. I know, right?
How old were you?
I was born in 80, so I guess I would have been driving in, 96?
Teens.
Oh, gosh.
At 90, you'd have been 10.
God. I was
Look at Bill.
Married a year later.
Well, I see one thing that we definitely need to get into. We need to put together a 3-fat trucker driving school.
Well, so the way this worked.
I'll go.
The way this worked is, I did have to. Okay, you have a double bunk truck, and they're right. You cannot sleep on the top bunk when it's going down the road. It does not have it doesn't have the same apparatus for strapping you in that nobody uses. The net and all that.
The net. I seen that the other day.
Restraining device. So
Facebook,
when one's driving, the other one's sleeping, and the only time both bunks are used is when the truck is sitting still, which a lot of times we would get a hotel room. But that went on for a month. And in that time, we went to his house for a weekend off twice. Ooh. And I didn't get to go home.
You sleep in his bed?
Yeah.
No,
they were at the 202 packing fudge.
I was still...
That's at your anus, Dave.
Oh.
I do have a memory, though, of his wife, and I was still thin and good looking in those days. And he kept leaving to go and I wish he'd have stopped doing it, but he kept leaving to go somewhere and leaving me there with his wife. And
he was getting his weed, man.
She just kept rubbing up. Anyway. So I stayed with that company for 5 months and then moved on to the next company.
Well, you just got through the training and you were done.
The next company I went to had a rule that you had to be 6 months with a company before you could go out on your own. So I had to go.
When you were with them for 5 months, and you quit or switched, did you have a certain length of time that you had to work for them to not pay nothing back or anything?
Oh, I didn't. It wasn't a paid training. That was just their. I didn't go through school or anything.
That's how
through them.
Swift and Snyder do it. You guys.
I already had my CDL.
JB
I already had
and
all
all
that.
of them.
Yeah. No, I didn't start from that far from scratch.
You work for get your training and CDL through them, and then you have to work for them for a certain amount of months.
Yeah, that's slightly different.
So
from
they
what
can
I
recoup
went through.
their money back out of you.
I had the same training Steve had as my dad smacking the back of the head. Push the clutch in. Now you're not doing it right. You know, back when we had
I am very
chauffeur's license. There wasn't no CDL then.
I am first generation of everything I've ever done in my life. And then of course it was born and died with me, unless my daughter goes and does something really cool. Doesn't look like any of my sons are going to. But
They won't
there's
eat wheat.
Huh?
That's because he won't eat wheat.
Yeah.
Gluten, Dave. No wheat.
No.
Oh, it's fine if you take the gluten out. Then it's just wheat.
We had this catering job a long time ago, and the lady goes, "I got to have at least one gluten-free dish, whatever you do." And I said, "Okay." So we created up this
glass of water right away.
we created up this nice vegetable dish and threw it in the smoker and smoked it, dropped it off. She comes out and goes, "Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Would you like a Bud Light like I'm drinking?" "Yeah, there ain't a bit of gluten in that Budweiser, is there?"
People are so fucking stupid. Come on, man. Come off of that bullshit. And
There's no gluten in this, Dave.
Yeah, I can tell. There ain't much gluten in you either.
What?
You're a staple of the product.
I'm trying to pickle it from the inside out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hold it. You
Yeah, so I had to go with another trainer at the second company after spending an entire month with the first one and then surviving an entire winter of '94 on my own.
Didn't you get a trainer when you went to the union too? When you did Holland? Wasn't that a trainer job too?
Yeah, that was something they did with everybody though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
was for the union to cover their ass in case there's a problem.
Yeah, and those union jobs are fine when you're starting out as a young guy, but when you've already been at
old
it
and established.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have 20 more years to put into a job to get enough seniority to get it moved into a job that I can spend the next 20 years on. So,
I gotta say the job that I have now
to do one of those.
The job I have now, the training program was great. I worked there 3 weeks, and then they called me up to the office and said, "I think you need to fill out an application."
Yeah, I had the same thing. Bill, did you ever fill out an application? Well, I don't know. I'm sure if you just keep looking, you might find it.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, I did not want to fill one of them out, but
for some reason, I don't know why this popped in my head, but the one show we did, we were talking about. No, I'm not pickled yet. Yet. The one show we were talking about using the bucket in the sleeper.
We've talked about that several times.
Yes, but we forgot about the one where somebody was on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have
not realizing
all
the rear-facing camera was
Maleah, they put cameras in our truck. And then
I
after they did, one faces the driver, one faces the road.
I think
Right.
I think my
you
boss
got a
saw me naked.
call. Can you put
from
something
the camera
viewers?
Bill, can you put a piece of tape on the camera? Why are you driving with no
Seriously.
seatbelt on? What are you talking about? I'm driving with a seatbelt. Just put a piece of tape on the camera, Bill.
Because
I got
he's back to that. If you got to use the bucket, you got to take all your clothes off.
Well, because I was wearing those suspenders in those days. And you got to straddle that sucker, so you can't have your pants
he's
down
going-
around your ankles.
Well, so that's how you get out of being paid.
camera.
yeah.
I told Mike, I said, Mike, if I think for 1 second, if I ever think for 1 second you are watching us on those cameras, you will see me going down the
They're
road.
watching.
If I think for 1 second, I will go down the road stroking it right in front of that damn camera.
there will be a towel on the seat, so the butt don't
bullshitting you.
stick to the leather.
Me likey my privacy, okay? And
Yes.
I will make you pay for it. So
Trucker, I like the way you handle your rig air.
yeah, you go on ahead there, Chucklehead.
Talk to Teddy Bear.
All right, well, it's been
Here we
40
go.
minutes, and we've
No way.
sure has 41
No
minutes,
way.
39 seconds. Yeah, true talk, dude.
Did we even do a commercial break?
But hold on, real quick
Yeah.
here though.
Oh,
How
okay.
long do you think is long enough for a green driver that just got a training, got a CDL? How long do you think a driver should train with?
I think it's an
It depends
impossible
who's
thing.
training.
It is absolutely impossible to standardize. I think you can put a minimum on it, but every
Minimum,
driver,
what do you think?
every driver is going to be different. You
Sure.
know?
I think
Because-
a month of training is more than enough if they've never drived.
Well, are they
Because- Well,
legal or illegal?
Okay, well,
in the corner.
there's a
Because, I
technicality
mean-
on there. Do you speak English or not? Because you know
Well,
we did
I mean,
lift that.
CDL on the corner of Cicero and 50th all day
Are we
long up in
talking about
Chicago.
Ohio still? Because I could go to Springfield.
But
She's gonna be treading water as we
the
go to
problems
Paulding.
I see, as far as people when they cut them loose, the problems that they have. One is turning too sharp, not turning wide enough. Realize they got a trailer trailing behind them where they run over a stop sign, run over a car, clip stuff. Second is backing into a dock or a parking space, being able to back up something that long.
I
are
like
the
it when
two
they take a
main-
53-foot trailer and do a U-turn on a 2-lane highway. That
Yeah.
is the most entertaining thing I ever
How
seen.
many trucks do you see where they have the fairings on them and they're crunched because they've jackknifed them too hard to turn them?
All the
They're
time.
usually, and they'll give somebody that just got out of school a brand new truck.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just rip the fairings off of them. And I mean,
Well,
Those are the ones we
it kinda
buy all the
serves
time.
the company.
but there's common things that happen though, as far as turning too sharp, can't back in, making corners, running over cars.
I just feel
Changing
like
lanes and clipping people coming over too soon.
I feel like you could keep somebody in a supervised situation where you're watching them and you're having them watch you and it could go on for years in theory, and then the week that you let them out, the exact same thing will happen. Just because
Oh yeah.
some people are just gonna, no matter how much
Well, and
training
a lot
they
of
get.
them, when they're cut loose, they're nervous. I mean,
yeah.
you're by yourself first time, and you get really nervous, and
And then they send you down 75 or 65 or 95 and 40 or
deliver downtown
80.
Chicago, downtown Detroit,
Yeah.
or go to LA, or
I just want to go down one of those dirt ramps so bad.
You mean runaway ramps?
or run
Yeah,
away.
dirt ramp.
No,
Yeah.
no,
They're actually loose
no.
stone.
I just want to
No.
go down
It's actually
one.
pretty violent.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Your panties would
Doesn't
be up there in
sound
your
too bad
ears.
at all.
You'll be like,
So-
yeah, I don't know why I wanted to do that.
Oh,
All right, kids, we got to get out of here. Hit us up, guys. You know where to find us. You've been here before, by God. We're not new in town.
this ain't your first rodeo.
Now, by God, we'll be back in a week. Until then, I've been Bill.
And your buddy Dave still on the old socials, throwing the message out there to everybody. Tell me if you like him or not.
Shut up.
Oh, and this is Maleah following Dave.
And check out Dave on the Ticky Tack. This is Steve. Have a great week.
Dave
Thanks for
makes-
stopping by.
Good ticky tacks. See you, folks.